welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Hopefully every week, because we're here every week, aren't we, babe? I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans. This is my babe, my husband.
Hello, I'm Alan.
Co-host,
Hello, I'm Alan.
Evans, yes.
Hello, I'm Alan. Hey, Train in the house.
I don't know. I messed that all up.
Golly,
I just kept
babe.
talking.
Oh, you short-stroked it.
Okay. I'm sure that's a golf term. Anyway, thank y'all for joining us on this podcast. We've got a lot going on in this world right now. And if you are looking to talk politics, news, doom, and devastation, you're probably going to find that somewhere else, right?
Lots of podcasts you can listen to that talk about those subjects.
All that stuff. We don't feel like it.
We're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to feel, because you can go somewhere else for all that. Now, do we know what's going on? Yes.
We're pretty dialed in.
We've been watching the news pretty much all day, every day up in here.
But we bring the fun.
We try to, and for you, if for you, fun is talking about, getting your child out of bed for the first day of online school sounds like fun. We can talk about that. We can talk about, you know what's fun? True crime. Documentaries, talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We can also talk about some fun stuff for you.
Yeah, I had a big list here. I didn't know you were adding to the list tonight.
No, we already talked about the fun stuff. The
I know.
Documentaries.
No, yeah. Well, we might talk a little restaurant.
Yes.
We're in the restaurant business.
We are, and apparently this was news to a lot of people.
Well, it's because you never talk about it. So we're gonna
keep things on the low.
So we're gonna talk about it in a contest that we have around this restaurant business that, of course, we want all of you to be a part of. So we'll talk about that. We had a birthday get-together with friends.
Yeah.
It was less than 10 people. Small get-together.
In fact, it was 8.
Yes.
That's less than 10.
We all stayed kind of far apart.
We were all outside.
Yeah.
With a lot of chlorine. And chlorine kills everything.
So if
right?
something...
You can even... People are swimming in pee, and they're going to be mad we didn't have a mask on out there in that pea soup.
Something very controversial happened that night that I want to get your opinion on, babe, and see what the audience thinks about.
Controversial?
Yes.
Did it involve me?
I don't know. And then coming back this week, we have some submissions for Kellie Claps Back. Guys.
No.
Sometimes the clapbacks are funny. Sometimes the clapbacks kind of just make you go, wow. And then sometimes the clapbacks are like a dagger in AE's back, and then she just kind of twists. I think the clapbacks this week are the dagger and the twist.
I even told him, I say, don't do these clapbacks because they're going to be taken out of context. Taken out of context, a lot of stuff sounds really bad. And of course, the whole point of Kellie Claps Back, is it Kellie's Clapbacks or Kellie Claps Back?
Well, you ask that every time.
I can't ever get it right.
Kellie, well, shit, I don't know. Kellie Claps Back.
Kellie Claps Back is to make me look bad.
No.
So know that going in. To make Alan look like a saint and me look like the most awful wife ever. So this, and I told him, I said, Alan, please don't do this one. It's going to make me look so bad.
There's 2.
The second one, you're just trying to make me look bad.
No. I have this reputation on this podcast. I don't know why. It's unfounded.
Out of context.
It's unfounded. I'll get emails. I'll get messages. I'll get DMs. I've been listening to Kellie since 1651. Longer than that. You need to be nicer to her.
Okay,
If they heard how you speak to me sometimes, they might change their opinion.
Again, to make me look bad.
So we'll go through a couple of Kellie Claps Back tonight. Or Kellie Claps Back.
I don't even know if I'm going to say anything. I might just let it lie.
I'm going
like a sleeping dog.
What?
Or I might try to defend myself or give context.
And hey, I'm going to read them verbatim just like it happened. I'm going to set the scene, read them verbatim.
And how do you can't do verbatim because you text it after we've had the conversation. So it's not verbatim.
And when I do
it's from what you remember.
When I do these guys, Kellie she's like holding her side.
Sometimes I am.
She's holding her side. You know,
sometimes
when
they're really good.
You're laughing so hard you can't laugh, like there's no sound coming out. That's what Kellie does when I read back to her what she just said to me.
Sometimes it's that good. This time, I don't think so. I think y'all. I even asked him. I was like, "Don't do that. It just sounds mean."
So we'll get into all that
Eventually.
Yes, we will. But we went down and took a tour of our new restaurant called Oaked. It's a barbecue restaurant in Dallas. And this is the first time, well, this is the second time we've actually been to the location, but the first time we've gone inside.
Yeah, the first time we just peeked through the windows and they hadn't done one thing. They basically signed the lease on this abandoned restaurant that used to be there. So we just peeked through the windows. This was the first time going in.
Did you have fun?
We have talked about it on the podcast.
Did you have fun?
have. I did. Had a lot of fun. But you were just saying, I don't talk about it. But it's like if people didn't know we were doing this restaurant, that means they don't even listen to the podcast. So I have to have a word with my family and friends about that.
I don't know what to tell you.
But anyway, yeah, so we went down there and to take a little tour because things are finally starting to move along. We're actually, at the time, it was supposed to actually open earlier back in the spring. That was the original plan. This is before we knew what was getting ready to happen with the pandemic and everything. The city dragging their feet on permits and stuff. If you've ever tried to do anything through the city, you know how that can be a problem. So it was very frustrating and slow, but also just a blessing in disguise because I think if it would have opened as it was originally supposed to, what could we do?
That would have been tough.
It would have been dead in the water. It would have been really hard to open a brand new restaurant back in March or April.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been a blessing in disguise, but Oaked is getting ready to hopefully open within the next 7 weeks, maybe 8.
Yeah.
Let's be a little...
I mean, we just got to roll with the punches.
Generous with that.
Yeah, it's moved several times, but, like Kelly said, because...
Things happen.
It's been hard getting suppliers to come in and do their work. And,
yeah, because
everything's
shut down.
Right.
And so everybody's starting to slowly, get back into business. But it's exciting. I think my reputation for loving a dirty martini, it's getting a little out of control. So I had those, everywhere I go now, they as soon as I walk in, you want a dirty martini? You want a dirty martini? And that's what I got when we walked in. They brought a special little bottle just for us to have a toast to the restaurant, gave us a tour.
Chef Mike was there. Chef and pitmaster Mike was there, and he introduced us to the gal that will be
Don't say gal. People don't like that.
The young lady, the woman who will be the manager, the general manager of the establishment. Her name's Melissa. Shout out Melissa, because she made you 2 dirty martinis and she made me 2 old fashions.
So nice.
And they'll be the drinks that are our drinks that we're serving in the restaurant.
Well, we're going to work on that, remember?
Well, mine is.
Okay, that can be yours. I think mine's going to involve something raspberry flavored.
Is it?
As a play on my name.
What if somebody just wants to roll in and get a dirty martini?
They can.
Not everybody likes raspberry.
They won't have my name on it.
But not everybody likes raspberry.
I get what you're saying.
But just name the dirty martini a Kelly Raspberry Dirty Martini.
But no, the name raspberry implies there's a raspberry flavor to it.
Yeah, I think you sell more dirty martinis than a raspberry drink.
Oh, well, we'll find out, won't we?
I think you will. Throwing my restaurateur 12-pounder around.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's the plan.
Yeah.
But we also have, some fun stuff. We're going to hopefully, do some podcasts from the restaurant, invite y'all to come out because we haven't done a podcast family happy hour in quite some time. And so we're overdue for one of those. So we're going to have everybody out when we can and we can gather and have fun.
It's got indoor, outdoor seating. It's got
It'll have live music.
A little area for live music. What else is that, babe? Oh, we saw the bar and where I'm going to just post up like all the time, right in front of the 2 big flat screen
Drinking
TVs.
Kelly Raspberry Dirty Martinis?
No, I'll be drinking the A-Train Oaked.
Okay.
The A-Train Oaked old fashioned.
All right.
That's what I'll be doing. No, and then Chef Mike showed us around the kitchen and the line, and I thought all that was
We checked out the bathroom.
That was real interesting.
We saw it all.
And I was just doing a bit. Like, I was like, hey, Mike, where's the salamander? He's like, oh, it's right over here. Because
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, I had heard salamander when we watch Food Network, Bobby Flay. Like on Iron Chef, he's always throwing crap in the salamander.
I didn't know it was called that. It's just like a thing that melts cheese on top
of stuff.
It's like
a broiler.
A broiler.
Mike said. So I was doing a bit. I was like, hey, Mike, where's the salamander? And he's like, oh, well, actually, it's right over here. And I was like, oh, gosh, we have a salamander in this place.
Couldn't stump the pit master.
How about that? Oh, and then we saw the smokers. The smokers are, what would you say, babe? 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall. They're huge.
They're tall.
They're huge. big black boxes.
Thousands of pounds each.
Yes. And Mike said they can smoke 1,600 pounds of meat in 15 hours.
Wow.
All 3 of them.
So they're going to be turning constantly. They're going to be constantly smoking.
Yes. All day, all night.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to see those. They're all set up. And we have a problem, though. I got a problem. I'm Pastor Sam here. I got a problem. We got a problem.
It's not a big problem.
Well, it's not a big problem. But a tradition at a barbecue restaurant, when you're opening a barbecue restaurant, we've learned is you have to name the smokers.
We didn't know that.
I had no idea. No idea. So we want to enlist your help to help us name the smokers. So how's this going to work, babe?
How is it going to work, babe?
Tell us.
Well, here's the thing. It's like we want them to have really fun, unusual names, and we're going to, pick the favorite ones. Now, I was like, I was asking, does it have to be something like barbecue related?
It can be anything.
Like punny. It
could be punny.
Could you just name it the Dolly Parton? Can you just name it? Old Smoky, whatever. You come up with a name for this big, it's going to have a plaque on it.
With your picture on it.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I think they're just putting the name of it.
No, Mike told me, and it's up to us.
Okay.
And I'm making up the rules as I go along here.
Yeah, I don't know if you might be making a promise that's not right. I thought they were just going to put the plaque with the name of the smoker on it.
Guys, obviously, we don't talk a lot before the podcast.
Well, I was drinking a martini at the time.
Yeah. You just keep on going, and I'll tell
you
everybody.
Told me to
and I'll
tell.
tell everybody what the rules
Okay,
are.
there you go. You told me to tell.
Okay, so we've got the 3 smokers. We need 3 names.
Yes.
Okay, so they're going to follow us on A Sandwich and Some Love on Instagram and follow at Oaked BBQ on Instagram.
You have to spell it because it's no E.
At Oaked, OAKD BBQ.
Yeah, it's not ED. It's apostrophe, so it's OAKD BBQ.
Okay, you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2 Instagram sites, 3 smokers. We want you to email us at podcast@kellieandallen.com your 3 names. The winner will get to come have barbecue with Kellie and I and have cocktails at Oaked. At which point, we're going to take your picture, and then that will be put on the smoker that we selected your name.
If you said it. So you're saying one person names all 3? No, we need 3 different winners. Is it 3 different winners? Or?
We need 3 different winners.
Okay, so you can submit.
You can submit 3 names, but we're going to pick
3 different winners.
3 different winners.
There you go. Does that make sense?
Made sense to me when Mike and I talked about it.
I didn't hear the part about the picture, and I don't want to promise something that isn't the case. But if that's what y'all discussed, I'm fine with it. I don't want to keep somebody's face from being up there.
Are you good with that?
I hope you're right.
Okay.
Because that's what you said.
I'm right. Because Mike and I talked about it.
Okay, honey. Why are you acting like that?
Because it's like you've never heard this before.
You sat there and said, Kellie, tell him how it works. Well, obviously, I don't know. So next time, you just take care of it.
I guess not. But yeah, I just did.
Well, thank you so much.
I just took care of it.
Thank you.
Okay, so are you good on the contest rules?
I am good on it.
Do you want to repeat them?
You have to follow us on Instagram, A Sandwich and Some Lovin' and Oaked Barbecue. It's at OAKD.
Spell it now.
BBQ. I did because Oaked, a lot of people would think there was an E in there, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
You're being real nasty.
No, spell it. Spell it.
I did.
You can't use the word nasty.
Alan.
Go ahead.
You're not making this fun for me anymore.
Go.
So then you have to email us, and that's podcast, right? Podcast@kellieandallen.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it's KELLIE and ALLEN.com. And give us your suggestions. You might just have one really great one. You might have several, but you can email us those suggestions and we'll pick 3 winners. And you get to come out and hang out with us at Oaked Barbecue when it opens in Dallas. And we're going to treat you to some dinner and some drinks.
Now, since the contest or the restaurant doesn't open for a while, we're going to repeat all of this. And I think we need to because that was very confusing.
I didn't think it was
confusing.
But
we'll go through the contest rules again on future podcasts. Well, you've got like 6 or 7 weeks. So
yeah, we need to come up with a deadline, but it's not now.
Yeah, it's not now or it's not anytime soon. So
there you go.
So yeah, that was it. We had a lot of fun. It was just fun seeing the place in progress, but I had a good time.
Yeah.
You did too, obviously.
I did. I had 2 slightly dirty martinis and they were perfection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. You know what else I like?
What's that, babe?
I like the idea you have for our bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
The art for the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell them what you've decided to do? Because we need something in there. It needs a little pop of something, right?
Well, since that's the bathroom where we bathe the dogs, we thought it would be nice if
It's also our guest bathroom too, and they, just come to visit.
we thought it'd be nice if we put some pictures of the dogs in there. Some really nice photos that maybe I take with the good camera.
Yeah, and we have to go back in the archives and our late dogs too. We were talking about.
Yeah.
And so these are, dogs are part of our family, and that's very special. So we want to make sure we're not just going to go buy some little cheap nothing and throw them up in a frame. Like we do with the special things we want to have framed and displayed for a long time, we use FrameBridge. We came to know them right before we got married, so a lot of our very special wedding photos are framed with the kids, the families, and all of that. And if you want to frame your favorite photos, if you have a piece of memorabilia, maybe a baby's christening gown, something like that, FrameBridge can take care of all of it. They'll send you the packaging you need to send in your special items. You can even download things. If you've got pictures on your Facebook or phone, you can just do that directly and not have to mail anything in. So go to framebridge.com to check out how to upload your photo or find out how to get the packaging you need so you can safely mail in those physical pieces. Then you can preview what it's going to look like online and see what it looked like in different frame styles. So you can choose your favorite, or if you need a little help or some recommendations like I did for my niece's wedding gift, they'll give you a few suggestions. You're like, oh, thank you. Because sometimes you just need validation, but sometimes they'll come up with an even better idea than you had. And then the experts at FrameBridge custom frame that and deliver your finished piece directly to your door. It's ready to hang. And instead of the hundreds you would pay at a framing store, their prices start at just $39, and all shipping is free. Plus, our listeners get a really special offer just because you listen to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'.
So get started today. Frame your photos or send someone the perfect gift. Go to framebridge.com and use promo code SANDWICH to save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH. That's framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH.
Yes.
Love FrameBridge.
Yeah, and some, maybe you have some things you've been putting off doing because, coronavirus and everything. But man, get on that stuff. Take advantage of that. We love FrameBridge. You'll be hooked.
We have mentioned on here that we're going to have our own sandwich at the restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember what's on it?
A pulled pork Southern barbecue one,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm from the South.
What's on it?
Slaw
Mm-hmm.
and pickles.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I don't remember. You remember?
Artisan bun.
An artisan bun.
Pork.
Yeah, pulled pork, because I'm from South Carolina, and we do pulled pork barbecue in the South.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
And a lot of, brisket in Texas, I found. They do a lot of brisket, chopped or sliced. But I'm a pulled pork girl, so they're going to do that on the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' sandwich.
Yeah. All right, babe. This was good. Got anything else?
Yeah, you wanted to talk about your birthday celebration?
Oh, yeah. So we we had we usually do a combined birthday, me and my friend Bad Influence Jeff, because his birthday is, I think it's the 4th, right? Is it the 4th or the 5th?
That sounds right.
I think it's the 4th, and mine's the 2nd. So we usually do a big blowout kind of party, but obviously this year we couldn't do that.
I even got him a step and repeat because it was becoming like an annual thing.
Yeah. So our friends, Dave and Melissa, who are podcast listeners and they're friends of ours now, and they've been on the vacation with us. We just love them to death. But they invited us over to their house for a little pool party, a little swim party. So that was fun too, because a couple of other listeners that we've also vacationed with, they surprised us there, Laura and Kay. And we ate a lot. We drank a lot.
Yeah.
There wasn't too much buffoonery.
It was bad. I literally walked into the kitchen and just parked myself in front of the guacamole, and I didn't leave for a very long time.
But here's the deal. I wanted to ask this question on the podcast. Is mooning still a thing?
It is.
It is?
I've seen it, a lot with you.
You've seen it?
I've seen it a lot with you, but I've actually, someone I know not too terribly long ago did it in a car. We were being followed by somebody else, and they mooned them, and we found out that's actually illegal to do that on the highway.
That's what I was about to say. I think
it is illegal, so don't do that.
If you yank your drawers down in public, but probably
That's indecent
probably
exposure.
not a good thing.
But it was not like they were they mooned somebody that was following us anyway. It was not like they were mooning a stranger. So
they were mooning someone they knew.
Right, which makes it a little bit different, right? Personally, I've never mooned anybody purposely. If somebody's accidentally walked in and seen my moon, that was an accident.
Well, the reason I ask is towards the end of the night, I mean, I was feeling it.
Yeah, a lot.
So everyone's sitting outside. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
I decide to go inside because I got my bathing suit on, and I got I just had my bathing suit on. That's all I had on. It was wet, and it was towards the end of the night, and I think I went in to put on some dry clothes. Well, the pool faces these huge set of windows, and they had blinds, but all the blinds were open. So it was dark outside, but all the lights are on in the house, right? So I know that. And I could hear y'all out there kind of just talking and BSing or whatever. So I just kind of spur of the moment. I faced away from the window, but I just dropped trowel and just did the over enthusiastic bend over to put my shorts on
You
move.
took your time.
Right. Kind of took my time putting my shorts on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking that I would hear the ladies go, "Ew, look, Kellie, look at Allen, ew." That's not what I heard.
No, what'd you hear?
I heard Dave.
Well, he's the first one that saw you because he was the only one looking in your direction. He was facing the window.
I heard Dave go, "Hey, everybody, look it, look it, look it."
Yeah.
So Dave
Pointed out
my brown
moon.
Filipino moon.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of went about my business and grabbed me a chocolate chip cookie and another bourbon and walked outside.
Yeah.
And everyone, they thought the bit was funny.
Yeah, but you pull this bit a lot.
I do pull this bit a lot.
You know.
Right.
If you get to know us for any length of time, you will see Alan's butt.
Yes. But they were all asking you like I think they were wondering if you were
going to be horrified.
Yeah, you were going to be horrified.
No, I'm desensitized.
And
to
what
it
was
at this
your
point.
reaction?
I don't remember what it was. I just don't. I was like, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
He does this all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Just kind of shook your head and
It's like,
shrugged your
This is
shoulders.
what he does.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You do that all the time.
I don't do it all the time.
You do if there's a group of people and a swimming pool involved.
That's not true. I've done it twice that I can remember.
That you can remember.
I did it once in Mexico. I do remember that.
Exactly. Water, drinking.
Well, that's because you and I,
bathing suits.
Kellie and I are in, I think we told this on like a long time ago, but Kellie and I are in this suite in Mexico, this swim up suite. We're in this suite trying, what?
Don't tell that story.
Why? We're just in the suite.
Well, yeah, but don't tell everything.
Well, I'm not going to tell
Okay,
everything.
good.
We're in the suite. We're just in the suite trying to have relations.
Yeah.
So we're in here trying to have relations. And then two of Kellie's friends, they come and they're trying to be wise guys because they know we're trying to have relations.
They were trying to catch us doing something, not really thinking they would.
Right. So these two yahoos start knocking on the glass door
They can't see.
in progress.
Well, they can't see. And so the two of them like bang on the door and they put their eyes up to it and they're like, oh my God. And
yeah, and then they ran off.
so then Alan takes off chasing them.
So I'm like, those a-holes. So I jump off of where I am and then run out there, buck, and then give them the big brown Filipino moon in Mexico.
You do this all the time.
Well, I don't know.
I think you might have an issue.
Why?
Well,
I've got lots of issues, but why? What kind of issue?
well, that's not normal behavior to show your bottom to people, and I don't know.
What do you mean? Why is that not normal behavior?
How many other people do you know that do that?
Mooning. That's why I started this with, is mooning still a thing?
Well, it is with you. It is for you. And it was for that one person on the highway that did it illegally. I'm not sure if what you're doing is illegal, though. I don't think it is.
Well,
unless somebody complains.
I think if you're on private property, it's okay.
There's a lot of things you can do on private property that are illegal.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't know if I said that right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it matters if somebody's offended.
Right.
Because, from what and I don't know if this is true. Somebody can tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Mm-hmm.
Flipping the bird at somebody is like some sort of crime.
It is?
That's what I heard. And I don't know if my mom was just trying to keep me from flipping birds or who. I don't even remember where I heard it. I know my mother's the one that got me to never say the F word, which is passing gas. F word, the FART word. I don't like it.
Fart.
Because when I hate that word. It is my F word. Because when I was like in the first grade, I repeated what Denise Brown had said, that word. And my mother put her finger in my face. She got right in my face and said, I don't want to ever hear that word come out of your mouth again.
I tooted.
And I knew it was bad, so I didn't.
I
But
tooted.
I don't remember who told me that if like you flip somebody, like if somebody is cutting you off or something, and you flip them off in the car, that I think that's some sort of offense. I might be wrong.
I don't know about that.
I might be wrong on that.
I don't know about that.
Well, somebody will let me know if I'm wrong.
half the
I
drivers,
know Alan would if he thought
half
I
the
was
drivers
wrong.
on the road you'd have to haul to jail.
I know, and maybe the police just don't have time to deal with that nonsense right now.
And you flip me off all the time behind my back.
I do, but it's behind your back. I do tell you about it later, though.
Mm-hmm.
When he makes me mad, man, you should see what I do behind his back.
Mm-hmm. You should see what I do.
What do you do? Moon me? No, you do that to my face. I get to see all that
Why is it called a moon anyway?
because it's as big as a moon,
Because it's round and
like
white.
a full moon.
Because it's round and white. See, yours
I
would
don't know.
yours would be a moon. Oh, yours would be.
They would
the-
call mine.
Oh,
She pancaked somebody.
Your-
if they were naming it after my butt.
yours would be like the
Pancaked them again, Kelly.
What's that one? The super moon, the blue super moon.
Is it blue? Is it so white it's blue? You know, I've been that white. Have you ever been so white that you're blue? Like when you don't go out in the sun for a long. Well, that's maybe just for us very fair skinned women.
No, I haven't.
Because your veins and all the blood is like right below the surface of your pale, translucent skin.
Pale moon,
My legs get that white sometimes, y'all. It's bad.
creamy pale moon.
But hey, that's part of the reason you were attracted to me, from what I understand.
Well, there you go. I'm still unclear as to if mooning is still a thing, but I mooned all my friends, including my wife, on Jeff's birthday.
there you go.
There you go.
Controversial.
That I don't know.
Nobody seemed to be offended.
Nobody seemed to be offended. No. In fact, everybody was just kind of like thought it was kind of funny. Then we just kind of started talking about something else.
Maybe they'd all seen it before.
You know, maybe they have.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're a group that's seen it before.
Maybe they've done that bit before, or I've done that bit for them before.
Man, you got to get a new group of friends that haven't seen your butt.
Well, come to Mexico next year, and I'm sure you will.
Maybe one wild night at Oak. You just never know.
No, I'm
Shut the place down.
not
like
going
that.
to do it there. No. Very good, babe. What else you
All
got?
right. Well, listen, I am so into true crime podcasts. And after a while, you start running out of them. Or what I found happening is true crime podcasts. Like I listen to different ones, but they're starting to cover the same murders and things. I know. I feel like bad saying I'm a true crime junkie until I hear about, so many other people are the same, or they wouldn't keep making them, right? Selena Gomez is actually a huge true crime junkie. So much so that before the pandemic hit, like around February or March, I believe, she and her mom went to a true crime convention. What? I didn't even know those existed.
Must have been pre-COVID.
Like that's what I just said. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find out what that is and what that looks like and where the next one is, because I would be interested. I don't think I'm morbid. I just really am fascinated. But I don't know what it is. Is it a healthy thing? Is mooning everybody or listening to true crime podcasts? Which one is crazier?
Well,
Y'all be the judge.
I think
of that.
yanking your shorts down and showing someone your bottom is probably
Yeah.
crazier. Yeah.
So anyway, the podcast thing, I kind of like, I kind of was, I'm giving that a rest for a while. But, Alan and I like to find something to watch with him that's not the news. And Ozark, we've been holding on to those final 2 episodes because once we watch those last 2, that's it until they come out with another season of Ozark,
I
right?
forgot what the hell happened. No, just
We're going
kidding.
to have to refresh our memories.
Yeah.
And there's, I think, some unsolved mysteries that we could watch on Netflix as well. Well, JC on the Kid Craddock Morning Show, I work with him.
Nationally syndicated.
And he's also in the same thing. Like, I want my wife to sit down and watch TV with me, but she has never been a TV watcher. Even when she was a teenager, she just doesn't care about sitting down and watching TV. But like me, she likes true crime. So I said, let me get on that. I'm going to Google some stuff because I'm looking for some new things to do that aren't, news related. And I just Googled. And so this was actually according to a website called Mental Floss, because there's so many out there, but they kind of narrowed it down to the 10 that are streaming now. So if you're into true crime and you're looking for some great documentaries to watch that aren't necessarily, going to suck up 10 weeks of your life or whatever, I've got that for you. And I can't wait to share it because I know a lot of people are excited about that like I am. But first, before we do that, we're slowly adjusting and trying to get back to our new normal, getting ready to hopefully open our restaurant full steam ahead very soon. But, like with the restaurant and other things, we've got to be smart about the way we do business. And somebody that was like, these businesses that did it before coronavirus, now it's like, wow, y'all were genius. Y'all figured this out ahead of time. But Stamps.com, really one of the forerunners of doing all the business online, because everything you can do at the post office, you can do from your home, from your business with Stamps.com. They provide the digital scale so you can weigh the exact postage so you're not wasting money, because a lot of money is wasted when you calculate incorrectly. It gets shipped back to you if you don't put on enough postage, or you pay too much. It gets there, but you overpaid. And here's the thing with Stamps.com. They have managed to negotiate discounted rates that you can't get on your own if you just walk up to the post office and say, hey, I'd like 5 cents off my first class stamp. Stamps.com got exactly that. Not to mention, they also have other UPS services with discounts up to 62% and no residential surcharges. Plus, I love the fact the post office closes. You don't. You can work from home all night long if you need to. You get what you need ready to go, have the postal carrier pick it up, or you can drop it off at your leisure. No contact required. Stamps.com, right now, it's a smart way to do business and save money.
And right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in sandwich. That's Stamps.com. Enter sandwich.
Thank you, Stamps.com, a longtime supporter of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. Now, thanks to Mental Floss, we're going to get these true crime documentaries, and I hope Alan's excited enough about at least a couple of them to watch them with me.
Is this like the horoscope? Are there 12?
No, there's 10. I always do a list
10.
of 10.
Okay.
You don't have to spend a lot of time on each 10, but we can briefly explain them to you.
Okay.
Amanda Knox. Now, this is streaming on Netflix. Do you remember the Amanda Knox story? She was an American exchange student who went over to Italy. And remember, she was out with her boyfriend, and she had a roommate. Came home, the roommate murdered. And she and her boyfriend both tried and convicted of that murder. She always said, I didn't do it. She was framed. Not only tried, she was acquitted, then found guilty again and acquitted again. So she was convicted and acquitted twice.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And now, and it was a huge scandal internationally. This happened way back in 2007. Well, now you can hear from Amanda and all the people who were around her and involved in that case if you watch Amanda Knox on Netflix.
Not Amanda Evans, which would be my sister. Amanda Knox.
Right. So Frank...
Wasn't she kind of lewd? There were some lewd goings on in that apartment.
What happened was they tried to paint her into this horrible, seductress, evil person that could commit a murder. So she, they were trying to paint her in a bad light for, so the jury would find her guilty. So they were making her look like this seductress.
There were some lewd goings on.
You moon everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that could be twisted.
Yeah, but I'm not.
But I'm saying if
I'm not using
I wind
ropes
up dead,
and.
If I went up dead, they were like, Alan was showing his butt to everybody. He's obviously a pervert. You see what I'm saying?
Save that.
You see what I'm saying? All right, the next on the list is Frank Serpico. Do you remember the movie Serpico? I think it was Al Pacino, right? He won an Oscar for that, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember that one, babe.
Anyway, this is about this is the man who inspired that movie, Serpico, which was back in 1973. So Frank Serpico was an undercover cop, and he exposed the widespread corruption in the NYPD. And he used his name. He didn't even do it secretly. He was undercover at the time, but this front page article on the New York Times quoted him and everything. Well, guess what happened? They started to retaliate against him, the police officers. And I haven't seen the movie Serpico, but I kind of want to see that too. But I want to see the documentary Frank Serpico, because he was later shot during a drug bust, and it sounds like they set him up. Like when he went to the door suddenly his backup was gone. And then when he was shot, they didn't call 911. Somebody like in another apartment had to call 911. This is way back in the early 70s.
Sounds interesting.
Right? So you're maybe on that?
Maybe.
The only problem is it's on Hulu. That means we have to sign up for the free trial of Hulu just to watch it and then cancel it before we have to pay.
I don't need to see it that bad.
Okay, we do have Netflix. Back to Netflix. This one's called Long Shot. It's only 40 minutes long. So anybody's got 40 minutes. But apparently this man, well, not apparently, this man is Juan Catalan, and he's arrested for a murder. He says, I couldn't have done it. I was at a baseball game. And then you find out what he and his attorney have to do and go through to prove that he was telling the truth. That's Long Shot on Netflix. Next, back to Hulu with Killing for Love. So this goes back to 1985, and this couple, the Haysams, they were brutally murdered inside their home in Virginia, a very wealthy family. And they arrested their daughter, Elizabeth, and her boyfriend, Jens. Jens, I guess. It's spelled Jens. So Jens for the crime. But apparently, according to this documentary, just a little blurb I read, was he so blinded by love that he took the fall for a crime that he actually did not commit? So that's called Killing for Love on Hulu. Back to Netflix. Dream Killer. Now, I actually already talked about this on the radio, and somebody has already messaged me and said, thank you for recommending this one, because they'd already seen Dream Killer. Loved it. So this is like the first one I want to see with Allen. This is on Netflix. In 2005, Ryan Ferguson was sentenced to 40 years in prison for murder. His attorney, Kathleen Zellner,
who follows you on Twitter,
right? She took on Ryan's case, cleared his name, and he won this multi-million-dollar settlement. Kathleen is now working on the Stephen Avery case from Making a Murderer, but her name was made with the Ryan Ferguson case. So that's Dream Killer. If you've already watched Making a Murderer, you're familiar with Kathleen Zellner. So she's on the Dream Killer on Netflix. Amazon Prime. Who's an Amazon Prime member? Me.
We are.
We never watch the movies. We always just use them to order, vitamins and lotions and whatever we don't want to go to the store to get. Well, if you watch Amazon Prime movies, check out Without Charity. In 2000, a young woman named Charity Payne was accused of helping a group of robbers break into this mansion in Indiana. And during the burglary, 3 construction workers who just happened to be working on the property that day were murdered. And for her part in the crime, she set it up where the guys could break into this house that ended up doing the murders. She was sentenced to 165 years in prison.
Whoa.
And then only served 4 years and she was released.
Wow.
So that's interesting. It's called Without Charity.
Good lawyer.
If you have HBO, I Love You, Now Die. Now, this is from a fairly recent case you may remember. You remember that 18-year-old teenage boy, Conrad Roy, who he was on the phone with his girlfriend, and he was trying to kill himself with carbon monoxide poisoning. And he got out of the car and tried to stop, and she said, "Get back in that car." And she basically texted him and called him and bullied him into following through with his suicide. And then she went on trial in what became known as the texting suicide case. Okay? So her name's Michelle Carter, and this all happened in, where was that, Massachusetts. And she was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, but this documentary follows the criminal trial and the debate over, the responsibility of someone in this case. That set a lot of precedents for a lot of people. Can you bully someone into committing suicide through text messages? So anyway, there's that. I Love You, Now Die on HBO. With Netflix, Out of Thin Air. I'd never heard of this. And this is what somebody said. This is the strangest criminal investigation you've never heard of. And because I hadn't heard of this. But in 1974, 2 men in Iceland disappeared, and 6 men ended up confessing to the murders.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know there were 8 people in Iceland.
The documentary picks up 40 years later, because this happened in 74. So it picks up 40 years later with new evidence that casts doubt on whether these men killed anybody at all. But they all confessed to it. But did they even do it? So they say it's the strangest investigation you've never heard of.
Sound like a bunch of drunk guys out in the cold.
Maybe. These last 2 are both on Amazon Prime. Again, they have movies on there. People, go watch them. Dead Man's Line. This is fascinating. And I had do I remember hearing about this or not? But this happened in July of 1977. And this man named Tony Kuritzis, I'm probably butchering it, he called the police in Indianapolis and said, "I'm holding this guy hostage." It was a mortgage broker. And I believe he was trying to get the guy evicted because he wasn't paying. Anyway, he was holding his mortgage broker hostage, but Tony had rigged a shotgun pointed at Richard's neck, and it was connected to a wire wrapped around his neck. So if Richard, the hostage, tried to run, boom. If police shot Tony, who was holding him hostage, and he falls, pulls the trigger, boom, the guy's dead. So then Tony paraded his hostage, Richard, the mortgage broker, up and down the streets of Indianapolis. You should look online just at the pictures. This is crazy. This happened. And there's a lot of reporters and people just standing there as close as I'm sitting to Allen right now. And this guy's got a gun strapped to his neck with the other guy standing next to him, and nobody can do anything because if you touch him or move him the wrong way, the guy's going to get his head blown off.
What was the thing connected with? Like
wire.
Wire?
Yeah. So he held him hostage for like 3 days, walking him around while police and the FBI and all these bomb squad people are like, how are we going to get him? How are we going to, if we can't get him to turn himself in and stop, how are we going to get this unrigged so the guy won't blow his head off? Doesn't that sound fascinating?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one, too.
It's a real one. Mm-hmm. And it ended, they say, in a shocking press conference on live TV.
Are these all like one episode, or are these multi-episodes?
Some of them, I think, are like 2 or 3, but not like long-going series because they're documentaries.
Okay.
You know? And the last one is called Soaked in Bleach. And this is the one that JC thought he really could get his wife, Kinsey, to watch because she's a huge Courtney Love fan.
Really?
So this documentary is told from the perspective of a man named Tom Grant. He's a private investigator. And Courtney Love hired him because she couldn't find Kurt Cobain. He was missing. Several days later, Kurt's body was found at their home in Seattle. We all know that they eventually ruled it was a suicide with a shotgun. There's a lot of inconsistencies, apparently, with that. And so this provides the perspective from the private investigator's point of view. They also do some, it's a documentary, but they also do some dramatization about what happened during Kurt's final days alive. And it is interesting to note that Courtney Love had a cease and desist letter sent to all the theaters showing this movie. So she did not want this out. It's called Soaked in Bleach.
I'll watch that one.
On Amazon Prime.
I'll totally watch that one.
So there's your 10 list of documentaries, the true crime documentaries. I'll get Allen to post those where people can find them. Where would be the best place for people to find them? On our KellieandAllen.com or on the...
I guess we can put it on our... we put it on our blog.
We'll put it on the blog.
Haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done a blog post in a while. There's some fun stuff on there that we just leave posted forever, like, helping you get over the flu and different recipes. So we'll put that list on the blog at KellieandAllen.com, and that'll be posted by the time this podcast airs.
Look at you creating.
And I'm correcting a typo that I just noted.
Look at you creating digital content.
Well, I actually stole the list, but I condensed down just to give you the highlights of what those are about. But thank you again to Mental Floss because they're the ones that composed it.
From Mental Floss. Mm-hmm. Good list, babe. Good.
We got some stuff to be watching.
Yeah. Okay, what do we want to do here?
You wanted to do the claps back and get me all upset before we end the podcast.
Well, why don't we... let me tell you a story real quick. It won't take me very long, and then we'll bring it home for Jerome with the Kellie Claps Back. Okay. And I didn't even tell you this story. So I'm gonna.
Good. It's new to me, too.
This is new to you, too. So I'm going to bust this on you, and you tell me what you think about this whole situation. So the strangest thing happened to me the other day, and I didn't tell you. I forgot what you were doing, but I went over to Snappy Salads to have lunch. You know where that is, just down the street.
Right down the street. I love, if you ever go, get the grilled avocado salad. So good.
I get the yellowfin tuna, add grilled avocado, add grilled shrimp, and it's like $98.
I know, you add to it. But I just get the grilled avocado as is, and I tell you, I've tried other ones, and I keep going back to that. Go ahead, honey.
So I'm sitting there eating my salad, drinking my Diet Snapple, half iced tea, half lemonade, finish, and then I had an appointment over at Red Mountain, which is what am I trying to say?
In the shopping strip.
In the same shopping strip as Snappy Salads. So I'm walking around the building, and then a car pulls up, like I'm on the sidewalk, and a car pulls up kind of behind me, and I can feel that there's a car there, but I didn't know it was trying to get my attention. When I turned around, there's this lady like waving at me like, stop. And I'm like, what's going on? You know, what's going on? And she parks the car.
Blocks your path?
No, she parked in the parking
spot.
spot, and she says, "Come here, come here." I'm like, okay. So I went over, and there was a kid in the back sleeping, and another kid in the driver's seat, and I couldn't tell if that kid was sleeping or not,
or faking it, playing possum.
Yeah, but it wasn't an old beat down car. It was a I don't even remember what kind of car it was. It was a pretty nice car, but the lady happened to be African American, and she goes, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And she said, "Would you make fun of me?" That's what she said, and I'm like, "Well,
why would you tell me this happened?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Well,
you're saving it for the podcast."
Yeah, I'm like, "Well, no. Like, what do you mean?" And she said, "Well, I was just over at Walmart, and I was trying to buy a bunch of groceries, and I got up to the front of the line. I tried to use my credit card. It was declined, and I could hear people saying, 'Oh, her card was declined because she's black.'"
They said that out loud?
Well, that's what she told me they said. I don't know. I'm just telling you what she told me. So I said, "Well, that's not nice." I said something like that. And she goes, "Yeah, so I just wanted to know if you would make fun of me." And I'm like, "Well, no, I said, I was just kind of like, I don't even know what to say. I was kind of like, "Well, no, that's just not really how I roll,"
Yeah.
And she goes, "My son," who was next to her, she said, he pointed at you and said, "Hey, just ask him what he thinks about this situation." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she says, "Look, I'm not asking you for any money."
Oh,
that's what she said.
I thought that's what she said.
That's what she said. She goes, "Look, I'm not asking you for any money." And I'm like, "Okay." And she said, I just kind of like wanted, she sounded like she was Christian. She said, I wanted to put my faith in God here. My son said, "Hey, ask him what he thinks about this whole situation." She asked me, and I said, "Well, gosh, that's awful." And she goes, "Well, and then she started to open up a little bit. She goes, not that I don't even know you, but I'm going to tell you that my daughter just emptied my bank account."
She was asking you for money,
Yeah,
Alan.
okay.
She was asking you for money.
Okay. Well,
I know Alan Evans.
She said that. She said, "My daughter emptied out my bank account." And I said, "Okay." And she goes, "So I'm not asking you for any money." But she goes, "Would you be able to kind of go over with me to Walmart and help me with some groceries?" And Walmart is like freaking, and I'm on my way to this appointment.
Oh, no.
I'm on my way to this appointment. So now I'm stuck in a very, very awkward position. So I said, "Well," I looked in my wallet, and I had a $1 bill. That's all I had.
Honest to God, y'all, the man carries no cash.
Yeah.
That's one of the things when we started dating, I fussed about it because he never, like, "Why are we valeting? You don't have cash."
No.
So I got him to start carrying at least some singles.
I had $1, exactly a $1
nuts.
bill. So I said, and she's just kind of looking at me, and I'm kind of like,
because they throw in the Christian thing to make you feel real good and guilty.
Now, see, I'm glad you're saying this because I didn't know what to think, babe.
I'm telling you, I'm the worst in it because I know.
I honestly didn't know what to think.
I know.
But I said, "Look, wait here for 5 minutes." So I ran my ass over to Wells Fargo.
I cannot believe you did that.
Yeah, and I pulsed out some cash. And I ran back to her car, and I gave her the money, and I said,
You know what? You'll be blessed because
it wasn't that much. But I said,
know.
"Look, here's enough to at least to get you started with some groceries, and you can hopefully your daughter returns the money, and I'm sorry." And she was just so thankful.
I know.
And then she drives off. Okay, that's not the end of the story.
Oh, I know it's not. I don't even know what you're going to say, but I know what you're going to say.
So I finish up with my appointment, and I had parked my car at Snappy Salad. So I'm walking back from Red Mountain back to Snappy Salads, and coincidentally,
Really?
she's there in the car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And she pulls up next to me and she says, "Hey, I just went over to Walmart and I got some groceries, and here's where I got real confused." She said, "My credit card worked, And then she said, but next time I see you, hopefully I can repay you the money that you gave me. And I was like, so she used her credit card and used the cash I gave her? I don't know. But at that point, I was so confused about the whole situation that I just said, don't worry about it. It's all good. I hope everything turns out for you. And then I got in my car and left.
I know. Here's the thing about that. People, there are some people that are like, there are legitimate people who are in dire straits and need money.
She seemed very sincere.
I know.
That's the
thing. It's like, but how do you know who is sincere and really has a need? That's not normal behavior. If I was let's just say I'm at the car, getting gas in the car, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't even have my purse. I have nothing. I literally have nothing with me. And I have to go up to somebody and say, I'm really sorry, I really left my purse behind. Everybody's going to be like, Because you know how many people say, can I talk to you a second? Can I talk to you a second?
No,
I just need $5 gas. But when you're legitimately, like, if I legitimately was scrambling for money and I have to come up to somebody and say, can you just give me like $5 to cover this? Nobody's going to believe me because everybody feels like they're getting scammed now.
Mm-hmm.
But people are just really good at the sob stories. And some of them are probably legit. I am very cynical, and I think
me, I am too.
I couldn't believe you did that. But I can't believe you did that you just didn't say, I'm sorry, I don't have any money and I've got an appointment. I thought that's what you were going to do. But I'll tell you this, if you do it from a giving spirit, even if that person is scamming you, I think good things come back to you as the giver, even if you get duped,
So you think I got duped?
I personally do. I personally do.
I really hope
that's so weird. There's nowhere Sons said, ask that guy. That's the story is just too far fetched for my little BS detector.
That is an odd story, though, isn't it?
But people will say anything. I work with Big Al, and he used to own a lot of rental properties, and he was trying. And there was a preacher that posted up in there, and apparently there's a lot of men of the cloth that claim to be men of the cloth, and they don't actually follow the 10 Commandments. So he was an older man. I think he had a wife, but he didn't have, they were older, and wouldn't pay the rent. And Al got to the point, when you have to go to court to evict somebody, it's taken a long time. If you've ever been a landlord, to get to that point, it takes a long time. And Al's just letting the guy squat there, basically. And he shows up in court. And Al's told this story multiple times. I'm not talking out of school, with like 7 kids to go in to get sympathy from the court. Like, look at all these kids I'm responsible for, and I'm a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
But so people aren't ashamed to lie or say whatever they have to say, as long as the result is they get money.
I guess. I've passed a lot of different people that have asked for money before. I get it. And I don't give money to everybody who asks me for money. But this was just a really strange situation.
I think that's what happens is when you see something, okay, we're used to seeing the guys sitting on the side of the road with a dog. If they have a dog, there goes your heart, right? Until you see the van pull up about 2 hours later, and one guy gets in the van, the other guy gets off and sits there with the same dog.
Mm-hmm.
See that happen once, and that'll really change your opinion. That ruins it for everybody that really is sitting there. But I'm just saying, when you're caught off guard, it's like, I'm used to seeing somebody will work for food, but to have somebody with children in the car to pull up and go through this whole story, it makes you question your own BS detector,
And usually my BS detector is right on.
And sometimes, I'll be honest, I've given people money just to get them out of my face. When I went to LA one time, this lady followed me into the pharmacy. She followed me in from the parking lot begging for money. And I'm sitting there, and I'm a sweet girl from South Carolina. I don't want to say anything to hurt anybody's feelings. And I'm thinking, all these managers, everybody's standing there. So nobody comes to my rescue to say, ma'am, you can't do that in our store. You're the boss. You're supposed to, I'm in your store now. Can you please? And so finally, I said, if I give you just $20, would you please just go away? Because I was starting to feel like she would not leave me alone. And I started getting panicky. But you know what? She got what she wanted. And she was going to go do that to the next person. And through panicking enough people, she probably made a pretty good haul that day. But, you know, what do you do?
Well,
what do you do?
I gave her money.
I know.
But,
I'm not mad at you. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. Because usually, you know how I am. I mean, how many times you seen me?
Oh, you say no to people all the time that ask for money. That's why I think she caught you off guard.
I guess. Or I really believed her story.
Y'all, we were at an outdoor dining before COVID and all that. We were sitting at outdoor dining, and this kid comes around selling candy bars. And he asks Alan if he wants one. Alan says, no, I don't want one. And the next table thought Alan was such a jerk. They were going to show him. They like, we'll buy the whole box of candy bars. And I'm like, well, y'all showed him. And Alan's like, I don't want a candy bar.
I didn't want a candy bar.
From this little kid. And they were like, because then they're laying it on thick, you know. You're such a smart young man to go out. You're such a go-getter. Of course I'll buy. Do your spiel for me, honey.
Jeez.
Let me hear your presentation. And they bought the whole
That'll
candy bar.
toughen you up,
And
man.
I'm
I've
sitting
sold
there next
candy
to my
bars
husband
too.
like,
I've sold candy bars too.
get away from me, kid, with your candy.
Didn't say that. I've never talked to a child like that. I've never said that.
That's what the people at the next table heard.
Well, it's not what I said.
But boy, they laid it on so thick because they were going to show how good they were because we didn't buy the kids candy bar.
Yeah.
That was funny. Well, honey, you did a good deed.
I guess.
Even if you wait till you see if she's pulling that same stunt.
Well, I hope if she did scam me, then I hope she just bought something she needed, like gas or something. Water.
There you go.
I don't know.
Well, you know what you do need during these trying times is to take care of yourself. You got to do what you know, it's important to keep the habits. You know, I'll be honest, maybe I've gone a whole day without brushing my teeth. You know, hey, and that's okay. You know what? I'll just brush them before I go to bed. Alan will be fine. And maybe you've gone a while and say, you know, I don't feel like shaving my legs. And ladies, that's fine. You want to let your hair grow for a while, that's fine too. But you're like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to have some smooth legs. I'm going to take a shower, shave my legs, crawl into the sheets, and just have a good silky night's sleep. Well, that's where you need to meet Billie.
Billie.
They have created, or recreated, I should say, Everyday Essentials. They are delivering premium razors and high-performing body care directly to you. We're getting everything delivered to home now, remember? And there's no pink tax. You don't have to go to the drugstore where people chase you in there begging for money. And you don't break the bank in the process either. Go to mybillie.com, and it's with an IE, and you'll get their starter kit. It's just $9, and that includes their award-winning razor, the 2 refill blades, and a magnetic holder, so you can keep your razor safe and dry in between uses. And Billie's also going to change more than just the way you shave. They have released 3 completely clean, very important, must-have products you can add to your routine. A lip balm so your lips stay nice and moist. Dry shampoo because you know we're not washing our hair like we used to either. And also face wipes. You know, because sometimes you just want to wipe it off and go to bed. This is what I love about Billie. So stock up on that stuff. If you want a smooth shave, you'll never use another razor once you try the Billie razor.
And to express a little love for our show, go to mybillie.com/lovin'. It's a small way you can support us while getting the best razor you will ever own. It's just $9 to get your starter kit plus free shipping always. Go to mybillie.com/lovin'. Spelled mybillie.com/lovin', LOVIN.
There you go. And get that hair off them legs under them armpits.
All right, babe, we're going to bring it home for Jerome.
All right, let's end on a positive note with Kellie Claps Back. I said it right that time.
2 submissions this week.
Remember, these are taken out of context. That's all I'm going to say.
I will read them verbatim because they are documented right after they are said. They're read back to Kellie for verification. Kellie verifies whether it is accurate. She confirms it is accurate, and then
I do not confirm.
They are documented. Okay.
I say you exaggerate.
Let me preface this first one by saying I would say since February or March, I have been busting my hump at this house doing all sorts of different home renovation
all the home projects. Yes.
Redid a bathroom, staining the fence and pergola. We did new turf outside, landscaping, moving sheds, building sheds, did blah, 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 painting. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay.
Okay, that was the big preface.
That's the preface.
I don't even know what this clapback's going to be.
So I walk out of the bedroom. We are here at Evans Manor for this one, and Kellie is watching TV in the living room. She's up there,
My lazy self, because you've been working all day building sheds and laying artificial turf.
Laying pipe. So she's sitting there in her chair watching TV, and I look up, and I don't recognize the show, and I said, "Hey, babe, what's this?" Kellie says, "It's called Christina on the Coast." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember her. She was that gal that was married to Tariq on I forgot what their show was.
Tariq El Moussa.
Yeah. So I say, "Oh, yeah, I remember her." Kellie says, "I'm so incredibly envious of her. She's got this handsome British husband and this beautiful home they just remodeled." AE looking just kind of puzzled at Kellie. I was speechless. I just said, "Wow. Oh, okay. Wow." Kellie looks over at me and she says, "Why don't you start talking with a British accent?"
I think I did say that eventually, yeah.
So I just kind of walked away slowly. I didn't even say anything after that.
But she does, I mean, she's got this beautiful house in California. I don't want to live in California, but the weather is so pretty and the house is so pretty. I said, I'm just so envious of her. I was watching her and I'm like, she's got her British husband, and she just remodels stuff. And you know how I want to remodel stuff all the time. And I said, I'm just so envious of her. And I wasn't saying it in a mean way. I was just saying I was envious of her. And I did say, and I said, I know envy is a sin, but I am envious of her because she came through a lot with Tariq. If y'all don't remember how that ended up, and I told Alan this too, I said it ended up with him. They're having a huge fight, and he took off with a gun into the woods, and they had to have a helicopter go find him. Do y'all know that? Go Google the story. So she came out of that and found love again with a British guy.
See this whole all that talk that Kellie just got done with.
People envy me, honey.
On my sheet here, it says parentheses, lots of backpedaling, because that's what happened after Kellie.
Because Alan got his feelings.
Yeah,
hurt.
after Kellie said, "Why don't you start talking in a British accent?"
I didn't say it mean. I was like, "Why don't you start talking a bit?" You know how I did, y'all.
I'm so incredibly envious of her.
But there are people that are incredibly envious of me.
She's got this.
Who isn't?
She's got this handsome British husband and this beautiful house they just remodeled.
And she's on TV doing all these remodeling projects. I was doing the whole bit. Like, she's living the dream life.
So that's what I mean, guys. These this week, they're not the kind that just make you like split your side so funny. They're not the kind that you're like, wow. It's just kind of that knife slowly in your back and they're just kind of twisting. Here's another to finish off the podcast. So
we're ending on a very positive note, much like we began it.
This one's kind of funny. So Kellie
this
and I,
is the one I asked you not to do.
yeah, this is the one that Kellie didn't want me to do. So Kellie and I are on the way to the birthday party being thrown by Melissa and David, and I needed some lemonade. So we stopped by Target. Kellie runs in, grabs some lemonade for a mixer, comes back in the car, and we take off on our way to Melissa and David's. Well, as we're going down the highway, I can hear something rattling in the door. And it's one of my pet peeves. I hate when stuff rattles in the car. It makes me nervous.
I had put my water bottle in there as I got out of the car. We had literally gotten back in the car and had just pulled out of the parking lot when you know how you can just imagine how lovingly he said, "Hey, what's that rattling in the door?"
Okay, so here's the dialogue that was approved by Kellie Raspberry Evans when it was documented. AE says, "Hey, babe, what's that rattling in the door?"
Right. And he said it exactly that way, right?
KR, parentheses, annoyed. "Is it annoying you, babe?" AE, "Well, rattling stuff in cars is one of my pet peeves. It's just very distracting to me." KR, "It's my water bottle." Parentheses, clearly annoyed at AE's request to stop the rattle.
You know how I said it too. It's my water bottle.
Okay, there. I don't want you to be flustered on your birthday.
Yeah, I picked it up. I said, there. I don't want you to. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Uh-huh. AE. "Oh, really? But how's that true? I didn't even have cake on my birthday. I had 48 straight years of cake, and this year, no cake. I've had more birthdays now than I have left. Can a guy get some cake? Well, at least Melissa and David will have my favorite cake. Really nice gesture of them to have cake for me, for my birthday. Birthdays always have cake, right?" Kellie looks over at me. "I hope there's no cake."
I did say that. I was so mad at him at that point. I said, I hope there's no cake.
I hope there's no cake.
That was pretty good.
I hope there's no cake.
That's pretty good, right?
Yep, no cake for me.
No, I did not get you a birthday cake.
No, but
for
Melissa,
your actual birthday.
I thought first one I could remember
because you were
cake.
having a birthday party.
Yeah.
So I didn't think the way you're trying to eat healthier.
Right.
Perhaps I should have asked you because I knew that David and Melissa were having a cake. They asked me specifically, "What's Alan's favorite cake?" Or cook, and I even asked Alan, making sure.
Because you didn't
Yellow
know?
cake, I did, but I wanted to make sure in case sometimes you'll throw me a curveball. Yellow cake with chocolate icing, he said, but I also loved soft chocolate chip cookies. So guess what? I knew he was going to have all that. But Alan pitched such a little hissy fit over literally that bottle rattled about 3 seconds. We had just gotten back in the car and on the highway when it made the noise, and he just
Didn't pitch a hissy fit, and I
then
didn't go me. I didn't go me.
Then I was like, well, let me get the bottle because I don't want you to be all frustrated on your birthday. And then he starts going off about this cake thing and then started making me feel bad that I didn't have a cake for him on his birthday. And that's why I said, I hope there's no cake. That's why I said that. And I said, I know you're going to make me look so bad by saying that I wish the birthday boy didn't have his cake. And I was only kidding because I wanted cake too.
So you can add, why don't you start talking in a British accent, and I hope there's no cake, along to you just belch from your balls up. And
that
what
was
were
a good one.
What was the other one you said? There's
I hope your life insurance is up.
I hope your life insurance is up to date. Wow, man.
There's the growing list.
Woo.
Why are you married to me?
We need to document all these.
You are. What are you talking about? What do you mean we need to document them?
No, all of your the one-liners in a list.
I'll get them in calligraphy and send them off to Framebridge and give them to you for your next birthday. How about that?
Hashtag not an ad.
That was a bonus.
All right, babe. That was
Again.
Fun. That was fun.
I don't know why you're married to me. I'm obviously just a thorn in your flesh.
Because you have a red bun on your head right now?
That's what it is. It's a top knot.
Oh, I thought it was a bun. What's the difference between a top knot and a bun?
I don't know. I think a bun has bobby pins.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. But listen, I know you're not just tuning in to the end of the podcast, but at the beginning of the podcast, we asked you all to take part in naming the smokers for our new restaurant that we're opening along with Chef Mike Lane, the pitmaster. And we got 3 smokers. We'd love to hear your creative, fabulous, inventive names for them. So go follow Oaked Barbecue at Oaked Barbecue and at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Instagram. Remember, Oaked is OAKD. There's no E in there. Oaked Barbecue. And then go to podcast at kellieandallen.com. That's the email address to submit your suggestions. We're going to pick 3 winners, and you'll get to come hang out with us when the restaurant when it opens, and we'll feed you and buy you some drinks.
Barbecue, homemade sides, homemade desserts.
Craft cocktails.
It's going to be a pastry chef
It's
there.
going to be great.
Soups, salads, craft cocktails.
I bet they're going to have cookies and yellow cake with chocolate icing.
I bet they'll have cake.
I bet they will.
All I wanted was some cake. 48 years. Almost a half damn century old. I'm just kidding. All right. We better end this podcast before I get hit by a microphone. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately. I love yellow cake with chocolate icing desperately.
And you got it on your birthday.
And thank you, Melissa and David, for producing that, along with soft chocolate chip cookies and milk.
And really quickly, happy birthday to Mallory Hustis. She's a huge fan.
Oh.
Actually, she's the daughter of Mindy that I went to school with, her and her sister Pam. And she's a huge fan of her show. And the podcast is dropping on her birthday. So happy birthday to Mallory.
Happy birthday, Mallory. Go shawty. And I'm so we'll podcast again real soon.
I bet Mallory has cake on her birthday, her actual birthday.
It's very nice of whoever got her that cake. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.